Well, Ayo, in the meantime, a resurfaced viral video, first posted in April, is reigniting Nigeria's most uncomfortable conversation, and it has been viewed over 1.7 million times on TikTok. A Fulani traveler, identified as Bashir Dalhatu Liman, has alleged that fellow passengers at a Lagos motor park refused to board a GIGM commercial bus with him simply because he's Fulani, with passengers reportedly calling him a herdsman and openly declaring they will not travel with him. Faced with the mounting tension, the transport company refunded his fare and removed him from the bus. Let's take a look.
Since yesterday, I am on my way to Calabar. I go to GUO first. I see there GUO Park. They say they are not going to Calabar. They tell me I have to come to GIGM. Here am I standing GIM. But after I pay the money in the early morning, when I go to Interbus, the passengers say they are not going to travel with Fulani. Just because of I am Fulani, they are not going to travel with me. Which make the GIGM to pay me back, refund me my money. They say they are sorry because passengers say they are not going to travel with Fulani. It's unfortunately. I'm sending this video to the world to know how we feel in our country. Today in Nigeria, just because of your Fulani, people will say they will not travel with you. Unfortunately, it's unfortunately.
Ayo, the reactions online have been fierce and divided, with many Nigerians condemning the discrimination as ethnic profiling, while others have argued that the rampant insecurity linked to armed groups has left ordinary citizens frightened and unable to distinguish between criminals and innocent Fulani civilians. But here's the truth. Bashir Dalhatu Liman is not a criminal. He's a citizen. And every Nigerian citizen deserves the right to travel freely in their own country.
Absolutely. All right. So I'll go back to the press conference held by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, where he had said that the aim of these terrorists was to weaken national unity. And last week had said that he was very spot on, because one of the outcomes that the Nigerian government is going to have to deal with following the success in the war against terrorism, because I believe we're going to win that war, is that we're going to have to find a way to disabuse the minds of Nigerians, particularly when it has to do with ethnic profiling. I recall that during the herdsman-farmer clashes, there was a time people kept on saying Fulani herdsman, Fulani herdsman. And that phrase had to be challenged because it was deepening stereotypes against a particular ethnic group. And it's human nature. So that let me not just say that, oh, it's abnormal. Remember after 9/11 and the July attacks in the United Kingdom, a number of people would bat an eyelid or, think twice before getting on a plane when they see people from a certain part of the world, because that had now, unfortunately, attached them to a life of criminality. I recall that in the United Kingdom, post the attacks in July, after the 9/11 attacks, the government put up a program around inclusion and involved a lot of community-led organizations to ensure that they were able to build community cohesion, inclusion, so that people in communities would not discriminate against people from a particular extraction. This is a duty for the Office of National Orientation. Let us begin to start thinking about that now. In the same way that certain post-Civil War, NYSC was created to foster that sort of, unity amongst ethnic groups in Nigeria, I believe it's time for us to think of projects like that and commit much needed funds that's community driven, because we do not want any Nigerian to be discriminated. If we have things like that where it even escalates to even job discrimination, you're also leading the people back to a life of criminality. They are not accepted in society. And so I believe that this is a task on the softer side of this fight against terrorism for the government to begin to think about. Let's not get to that, but we already see that it's happening. Yes. And the truth is that in some ways you can understand why people would behave in that manner. It does not justify it, it does not excuse it, but we need to begin to think of programs geared towards national unity, cohesion, bringing Nigerians back together.
National unity and cohesion is what we should preach.
Mr. Liman should be advised that he can go to court.
Yes.
Because
we have a lawyer in the house.
What has been breached is his fundamental human rights.
Yes.
And he can enforce his right to freedom from discrimination on the grounds of ethnicity, religion, birth, or circumstances. Section 42 of the Constitution. And also his freedom of movement.
Correct.
You know, and all of those sections between sections 36 to 45.
Correct.
You should go to court. And this will be...
Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, I've always said that this whole thing should not be mistaken as something against the people of a particular tribe or ethnicity. Because these people, the people of that particular tribe or ethnicity, did not all sit on a round table with their political leaders and agree on what to do. So this is just about the corrupt people and the people that are not corrupt. This is about the corrupt politicians, the evil people, and those that are not evil. So, and we must understand this. We must stop thinking about this tribal thing that they always, that has always been the problem of Africa. So I know sometimes some people feel hurt. Like for example, in Nigeria, the Igbo people, they pushed a lot of propaganda and hatred against those people because of maybe because of the Nigerian civil war that happened. And so they pushed a lot of hatred, propaganda. If you hear the way some of these politicians from the north or even other parts of the country usually talk about Igbos in general, you wonder how are these people even in public elected or serving in a public office. But I think we should not, two wrongs cannot make a right. Nobody, it's not the Igbos that are only discriminate, it's not like Igbos are discriminating Fulanis or anything like that. But for those people that might want to feel like it is you guys' fault, it's your people's fault. Whether it doesn't matter which part of Nigeria you're coming from. Don't feel like that, no matter how angry, disappointed that you feel about the state of insecurity in Nigeria right now. Don't fall to the trap of, attacking or discriminating against a particular tribe. Because most of the people doing these things have nothing to do with the regular people that you see. They have nothing to do with the regular Fulani people you see. So it is evil men and women that are in positions of leadership that always, that are responsible for all the ills that you see in the society, for most of the ills you see in the society. So sometimes they might come from a particular region or a particular tribe more than maybe disproportionately, but that does not mean that you generalize the people of that tribe. Yes, most of the kidnappers are from that ethnicity, yes, but are the kidnappers even up to 10% of the people of that tribe in terms of numbers? No. So how does it make any sense to generalize? It's a crime. It's criminality. So you have to deal with it as a criminal issue. Don't generalize, don't discriminate. As long as somebody has been, everybody has been properly checked. You might be thinking, okay, look at the mentality of thinking that it's only someone from that region that can be that can be attacking you or that can come and attack you. What if somebody from your own tribe is in cahoots with those guys in the bush communicating? Maybe they've promised him millions, 10 million, for example, just example. And you're there looking at that it must be this person from this tribe. So just what I think is that the GIG or whatever company, as long as they've done their proper check, as long as they've scanned through the luggages, everything, they've done the proper check of what is going, of the proper security check, I think nobody should have too much fear they've done the proper security check. So I understand, like, to be honest, we understand the uncertainty, the distrust. It's understandable, but we are not going to support any form of discrimination against regular, normal citizens just because they share the same ethnicity or tribe with some criminals or terrorists. So it's we are not going to say we don't understand why, just like Ayo said. We are not going to say we don't understand why, but at the same time, we should not, support discrimination.
Well,
We should still speak against that.
in the
No, we
meantime,
shouldn't
a
discriminate against these
resurfaced
people.
viral video, first posted
And
in
no
April,
matter what
is
some of their
reigniting
people have
Nigeria's
done
most
against other tribes
uncomfortable
in the past,
conversation,
especially, I
and it
repeat
has
again,
been
especially
viewed over
the kind of
1.7
hate and
million
propaganda
times
that
on
they pushed
TikTok.
against
A
Igbo people
Fulani
that
traveler
are not
identified
even,
as
that had
Bashir
no
Dalhatu
terrorists,
Liman has alleged that fellow
activities
passengers
going
at a
on in their
Lagos
midst.
motor park
They
refused to
pushed a lot
board
of
a
hate and propaganda
GIGM
against those
commercial
people
bus with him
in
simply
Nigeria,
because he's
using
Fulani,
even the media
with passengers reportedly calling
in
him
some
a
ways,
herdsman and openly
like maybe
declaring they will not travel
just
with him.
categorizing
Faced with the mounting
some
tension,
group of
the
people
transport company
protesting,
refunded
maybe
his
because
fare
of or
and
protesting
removed
to
him from the
secede
bus.
from
Let's
Nigeria. They
take a look.
categorize them as
Since
terrorists,
yesterday, I
or they
am on my way to
categorize them as
Calabar.
people that are
I go to
violent,
GUO
just like
first.
that,
I
without
see
even
there
proper
GUO
verification in
Park.
most cases.
They say they are not going to
So,
Calabar.
but
They
at the
tell me I
same
have to
time,
come to
it is not, two
GIGM.
wrongs cannot
Here
make
am
a
I standing
right. So you
GIM.
cannot become
But after I pay the
what
money in
you're
the early morning,
fighting against. You cannot
when I
become what you're
go to
fighting against.
Interbus, the passengers say
So
they are not going to travel with Fulani.
let us
Just
be
because of I am
very
Fulani, they are
smart.
not going to
Let
travel
us
with me.
be
Which
wise
makes the
as people, and let's
GIGM
not
to pay
fall
me
for
back,
tribalism.
refund me my
This
money.
man is a
They
Nigerian
say
citizen.
they are sorry because
He's
passengers
he
say they
didn't
are not
choose
going to
the
travel with
tribe he
Fulani.
was born into.
It's
He
unfortunately.
was
I'm sending
nobody
this
can
video to
remember
the world to know how
choosing
we
coming
feel
to this
in our
world
country.
and
Today in
specifying the
Nigeria, just
particular
because
tribe
we are
they want to
Fulani,
be born
people will
into.
say they will
So
not
let's
travel
be
with you.
wise
Unfortunately,
and
it's
let's not
unfortunately.
discriminate, but at the
Ayo,
same
the
time,
reactions online
let's
have been
also
fierce and divided, with
be
many
security
Nigerians
conscious.
condemning the
But
discrimination as
one should
ethnic
not cancel the
profiling, while
other. Be
others have
security
argued
conscious,
that the rampant
but don't
insecurity linked to
discriminate just
armed
because
groups
of tribe.
has left ordinary citizens
Don't
frightened and
discriminate
unable
because
to
of tribe.
distinguish between
If somebody have
criminals
gone
and
through all the
innocent
clearance, all
Fulani
the security
civilians. But
checks,
here's the truth.
I don't think you
Bashir
should.
Dalhatu
It's not I don't
Liman is
think. You
not a
should not
criminal.
go and start
He's a
doing your
citizen.
own
And every Nigerian
security
citizen
activities
deserves the
around
right
that
to
person. No.
travel freely
Because
in
that
their
will now
own
lead
country.
to profiling.
All right,
That
I'll
will
go
be
back
profiling
to
and discrimination.
press conference held by the Minister of
Thank you
Information
guys
and
for
National
listening to this. Please like,
Orientation,
subscribe, and
where
leave
he
your
had
thoughts in the
said
comment
that
section,
the
and I will see you
aim
next
of
time.
these terrorists